wings to rise from the ashes.
Hello everyone! Please hit that thumbs up and weigh in.
You see the truth behind the veil, and you know that they're just looking for attention. Oh, you don't let the ruthlessness prevail. Oh, it's time to light your fires for ascension. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. Thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. You burst in a fire, burn. The thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Fire burn, a thirst and desire. You transform it up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. You burst in a fire burn, a thirst and desire. You transform it up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
Shine bright up all night, we're never slowing down. Drunk mistakes, we're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only a day. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Make me feel like this.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Today is April 14th, 2024. It is 1:14 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. It's good to see you all. Thank you all for joining me. Hey Jude, it's so good to see you back. Hope you are doing and feeling well. It is what it is. I need to do something real quick. Um, there we go. Perfect. Got that done. All right. How is everyone doing? 6:14 there. Today's the 25th. It's not the 24th. 25th. 25th. Did I say April 14th? Did I say April 14th? Today is okay. Hold on. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. Today is April 25th, 2024, and it is 1:15 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. All right, now that we got that back, um, thank you all. Appreciate it. So, got a lot to talk about today. Yeah, but y'all crack me up. Oh God. Sometimes you just need a do-over, right? Sometimes you just need a do-over. Take two. When it's live, right? So wow, that's amazing. You lost 49 pounds. That's great. Hello, Olivia. Good to see you. Good to see you all. Thank you all. If you guys haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Hello, Miss Curvy. Hello, hello, YouTuber Blue Eyes. Boo. Good to see you. Vicky. Hello. Walking Dead. Estelle, hello. All right, so we do got a lot to talk about. Local found a hold on, what did that say? Local found a suspicious area near construction site yesterday. Says law enforcement is going to search it today, allegedly. Interesting. Interesting. So, today what we're going to do, we're going Angela, I've lost 200 pounds. My ex-husband. Hey. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Not much, but maybe a coffee. Just thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you for buying me some snacks because, snacks, right? So let's
snacks because he's 15 and snacks. Snacks because he's 15 and snacks. Snacks because he's 15 and snacks.
all right. Thank you so much, my dear. I really do appreciate it, Tracy. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, snacks. I'm gonna have snacks. Um, I don't know when she said that. I was just like, I don't know why is she talking like that. She changes her voice. I don't get it. Why does she change her voice? Sometimes she sounds very southern. Sometimes she just doesn't really have much of an accent. Um, but yes, snacks and dancing. Oh, I didn't notice the dancing part. I did not notice the dancing part. I made 10 pounds of stinks yesterday. I can't talk shit. I talk all kinds of voices. It's funny. Um, yeah, probably, Kayla. Probably you're right. Probably you're right. There's a lot going on in this. There's a lot going on, but there's not a lot going on, if that makes sense. And when it comes to this case, there's nothing per se happening in the case other than there is people once again pulling out of searching. They're saying that, thank you, Emma, thank you. They're saying that their lives are being threatened, they're being followed around, and feels like authorities, very similar into the Summer Wells case, they're not looking on a massive scale as they were previously in the uh, early days and weeks into the investigation. Now we are at months in this investigation. It was, in the middle of winter, right? Whenever Sebastian first went missing. But now we are, school's about to be out and summer is about to kick off. So it's, there's been lots of different search groups that has came and went. Many people have pulled out because they say that locally they are being threatened of something or someone. Now, I don't know. Um, don't get lost in Tennessee. You'll never be found. That's the way it feels. That's the way it feels, Roberta. It really does sometimes. Um, it's you know people feel very passionately about this case, and if you've been around long enough to know the Summer Wells case, that is the same way. People were either um very much for the parents, if you will, or very much thought differently, that they may have something to do with it. Now, either way, Chris, Katie, Don, Candace, none of them have even been named, you know, persons of interest per se by law enforcement. But to be fair, um, that is true. But also statistically, you are more likely to, you know, be hurt or go missing by someone that or especially someone in the home. Sebastian was a 15-year-old boy. Um, to me, it doesn't seem like he would have ever went out in the middle of the night, early morning, cold, and never, ever yet to be seen again anywhere, or any trace of him for that matter. There is not one iota that we are aware of that says he went out that door on his own accord, right? On his own accord, that would be um, something to the effect of, we see shoe prints. He's on security footage, something like that. Seth said last night he is waiting on. Yes, we're gonna go over that in just a little bit. We're gonna go over that. Chris and Katie to get back to him about dogs. He is getting to research. Other searchers coming. The Lighting the Path event is tomorrow. Yep. We're gonna cover that here in just a little bit. Sebastian's voice. It is a matter, and he said it's what matters. He said, "Dad, I don't want to go back there." I think that tells us all we need to know. Hmm. That yeah. I mean, Renita, sorry. That is a that's yes, exactly. Hey, Jules, colossal popcorn. So, I was this morning oh, Wes, thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate you. Welcome to the family. You're now a pearl.
Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to.
Wow. 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 Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
even a fly, and he's like,
And okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
even a fly, and he's like,
Welcome. Thank you so much, my friend. I really, really do appreciate it. Welcome to the family. Thank you for your support. So this morning, I haven't got to upload it yet, but At around the same time, Chris and Katie and, I'm in the same time zone that they're in, and I called the non-emergency police department number. And this I called, let me see here, the Hendersonville Police Department and then the Sumner County Police Department. I want to play it for you, what it sounds like whenever you call. Bear with me. So the Hendersonville Police Department, it says open 24 hours, 7 days a week. So there's that. Bear with me 1 second. This is what it sounds like whenever you.
You have reached the Hendersonville Police Department. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. To request an officer at your location, press 1. To speak to the on-duty desk officer, press 2. To report a property maintenance codes violation, press 8. To reach a specific division, press 3. If you know the extension or voicemail of the party you are trying to
I know,
reach,
it's
press
Sumner County.
4.
I got
For a listing of police personnel by name, press 5. For Hendersonville City Government, including taxes and traffic court, press 6. Sumner County Sheriff's Department, including warrants and jail inmate information, press 7. If you are an alarm company, press 9. The Hendersonville Police Department is located at number 3 Executive Park Drive in Hendersonville, Tennessee. For more information, you may visit our website at hendersonville-pd.org. To hear this menu again, press star.
All right. And so we called yes, yeah, I know, guys. I know yes, I called the Sumner County too, so just bear with me 1 second here. Let me get the video. All right. All right, here we go.
Thank you for calling the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you need to reach the jail, get jail information, or speak to someone with jail administration, please press 2. If you need to speak with a deputy on duty regarding a non-emergency issue or to file a police report, please press 3. For warrants, press 4. For criminal investigations, press 5. For records, press 6. For juvenile detention, press 7. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it now or at any time during this message. For department directory by last name, press 9. To speak with an operator or someone in NCIC, dial 0.
What did it say?
If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you need.
So for the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, it says if this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. 911. I was talking to a neighbor about Chris and Katie, and we were talking about them having, Katie putting security systems in. And she said, well, she knows this better than anybody. All you have to do is hit the panic button, right? Whenever you have a security system, you don't have to, it doesn't transfer you, like Chris says, into 20 different directions, right? Our security systems, they have a simple but effective panic button. You can call police with one press of a button. You can call ambulance, fire, right? Any of that with one press of the button. And she knows these things better than anyone. Yeah, it is what it is. Yes. He didn't call 911 because he wanted the call record. Didn't want the call record. Well, you know, I exactly, Lisa. Exactly. It takes yes. Yeah. I mean, it's why not press the freaking panic button? They said they don't have a security system in their home. BS. BS. That has a security system. You know something? Yeah, they didn't want the call recorded. I never thought of this, but I wonder if in any of those photos can you see a security system? And so anyone that has ever um so like the security system in most of our houses, like it'll have uh like smoke detector as well. You know, you burn something, it's goes off and they'll come, you know, you can talk to them through your security system. Hello, is this an emergency? And you say yes, no, and it's usually a no, and they'll ask for your passcode and they say thank you, have a good day, right? But if you don't answer them, then police or medical or fire is coming out to your home. Yes, she installed security systems for a living. And there is nothing that will convince me otherwise that a woman who installs security footage, security cameras, or security footage, security systems, security cameras has, you know, advertisements parked outside with their big van, right? Didn't have a security system. They are extraordinarily controlling, Chris and Katie, and I absolutely believe that Chris was able to see the camera from the inside. Um, he's probably the type that just searches around the house to make sure the house is clean while he's gone, right? Thank you so much, RGERARG. Sorry, dyslexic moment there. 333. Do you know if he slept in his sweats, or are we expected to believe he got dressed before leaving? Also, did he ever lose the quote privilege of a bedroom if messy? I wondered that too, to be quite honest with you, and have to sleep in the garage mattress. Thoughts? I wondered that as well. To the second question, the second part of the question, I don't know, and I'll be honest with you. You know, we don't know what totally went down behind closed doors with them, right? Had no idea. But there is a mattress out there, and I do wonder if, you know, Chris was the type to say, "Oh, you don't want to take care of your room in our beautiful home, well then sleep out in the garage," kind of thing. We do know that he will throw his Sebastian's stuff out, which has to be so traumatic for any kid, let alone a child with autism, because as you know, they can get very, very attached to certain items. And they specifically generally do not like any sort of change. Do we know if he slept in his sweats? And are we expected to believe he got dressed before leaving? So, from what I understand, was it his shirt or his pants was the same? But while he was at the steakhouse, he had, I think it was, his pants were different, wasn't it? He had an accident on himself, so Chris had punished him on mattress, in my opinion. Never know. Never know. Hey, Smiley. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate your support there. Let's see here.
Snacks because, he's 15 and snacks. Snacks because, he's 15 and snacks. Snacks because, he's 15 and snacks.
Steakhouse, he wore jeans. Okay. So, which means he would have had to have changed his pants from the time he got home. Now, whenever whoever was taking out that trash, which from what Chris says, you can't really see who it was. Now, I never checked on this, but I was listening to an interview Chris and Katie were doing earlier, and they said, it's really dark down the street. We know that. She said it was really dark that night. I'm like, well, isn't it? It's night is generally dark. But then I was thinking, what was the moon like? I don't know what the moon was. If anyone knows what the moon was like on February 25th. So whose crane? What do you mean whose crane was that? Just remember, Chris and Katie said he was wearing Adidas like pants, like the ones they had when they were kids. Yeah, yeah. When did he change? Night is a very dark time for me. Yeah, nights can be hard. Most doorbell cams have night vision, almost like daylight. Yeah. But it's hard to tell how the doorbell is positioned to the house. Does it get every single thing every single time, particularly at night when someone is going by? Would it still get all that? I just looked and it said February 25th, phase of the moon. Okay. Illumination at 98.99, which is almost a full moon. Wow. Do we know if the sky was clear? I mean, sometimes, when it's a full moon or close to a full moon, it can be fairly light outside, right? The dispatch audio does say black pants. Yeah, the black pants, white stripes, guessing that's what the trash. Perhaps. Perhaps. Let me go through. One second. Sorry, I need to exit out some of this. All right. So the question is the following. Okay. I want to talk about this. Do you remember in Nancy Grace's interview, whenever Nancy asked Chris and Katie, more so Katie, why are y'all down, 3.5 hours away? And in the beginning of the interview, Chris said his job was up in the air. But when she asked this, Katie said, she's getting Chris situated for work, right? So remember that? Does anyone remember that? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that. Because she's saying that, she's down there, and as soon as she gets him situated, she's going to go back to her house. The 26th was a Monday. It was already missing on Monday night. He had been found. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you guys remember that. Perfect. All right. And, she's talking about the snacks, right? Katie was getting Sebastian snacks because he's 15 snacks, right? But was she really, could she have been getting Chris snacks for the upcoming week before, if, let's say, for instance, in this speculation and theory, opinions, hypothesis, and theories that we are talking about right now, these are not facts. I want to make that very clear. Was she getting Chris snacks for the road, for his camper, for the work week? Taking care of Chris instead of looking for her son. Yes, half pint. I think it makes him feel smart. Yeah. Did she always go get him situated before his job? That's exactly, Sally. Exactly. He was there. He says he didn't come home during the weekends. It was overcast that night. Was it 100% overcast? Does anyone know? Or was it partly overcast? She has to get a grown man. Oh yeah. 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 I think Chris is the type of person that demands it. Demands it. Absolutely demands it. Um he wants a woman to, and if that's your priority, that's great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all, and I want to make that clear. But I think because you know people have said that Chris could have allegedly left at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Sorry, 8:30 or 9 p.m. on Sunday night. So he wants a maid. Perhaps. Um, and every family is different. Some, you know, people take care of their spouse just like, hand and foot. And some families are, everyone pitches in. It just however your family uh functions best, that's best for your family and it's healthy for everyone. Um, thank you, my dear. Appreciate you. The construction site does not run at night nor the weekends at all. That is correct. Yep. Wants a spouse to be his beck and call. Yeah. So that is a question. I used to look after my husband, but yeah. that's that's one of the questions for me. Yeah, I would love to know. Was Katie getting snacks, food per se, for Chris before he left? I think that is a possibility, but there are people, um, now some of it's never been confirmed that they were workers that I'm aware of that works with Chris, but they say that Chris was 1000% there in the early morning hours of Monday, the morning Sebastian went missing. Um, what did we're summary? Do you realize that the campground is for mostly children and they have fun things every single night and real fun things on weekends? So why didn't Katie ever take Sebastian there on the weekends? That's a great question. 1-800. That's a great question. Uh the only thing I could think of is Chris just did not want him there, in my opinion. It's a great point. And Patty, that's the thing. There is not, I mean, is there proof that, what do you mean? Is there proof that Chris was at work, or is there proof that Chris was at his house? And I haven't seen proof either way, really. Did Sebastian get lunch free in his school program? He would have likely need snack. He likely wouldn't have needed snacks either. I don't know. I mean, I think, well, yes. Yeah. Yes, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that for sure here shortly. Um what was I going to say? Justin and Sebastian get the lunch free program. So, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think 100% that Katie got Sebastian snacks that day, or food in general for the family. Um but to me it just seems like, you know that's what you do on Sundays. That's, Sunday is my really big cleaning day, right? It's the day where I do most of my laundry for the house, and um just trying to get everything ready, back to order for the work week. And that is what a lot of people do, at least, on the weekend. So was she getting Chris snacks and whatever supplies that he needed for the upcoming work week? I don't know, but it's a question nonetheless. Um, and what did she get? What did she get? Did you see the PI's update today where she said she confirmed Chris was at the RV park Sunday evening and at work 5:30 Monday? Which PI is this? Which PI is this? And how did she confirm that? I bet Chris dared Katie to. Oh, it's nothing would surprise me at this point. There's nothing that would surprise me. Cloudy, low in the upper 94, visible moon. Okay. Okay. Seth's PO. Okay. Okay. So if let's see here. I mean, my question is, how did like, how did she confirm it is what I'm asking that's what I'm saying. Plenty of groceries stores in Memphis Chris could shop at by himself. Absolutely. But, I also wonder, I mean, he does work a lot, and does he feel like, going out and doing all that? I have heard that Sebastian was being that's why KP made sure to say colossal popcorn food. I mean, Sebastian was pretty thin, right? But I haven't seen any indication that he was being starved, for that matter, um, other than them saying that, constantly talking about him eating a lot, which he is a growing child. That's what growing kids do, right? So, talking with this theory that I was mentioning, if Katie was getting the snacks for Chris, could the reason be Chris was at work, be that he wasn't allowed around Sebastian, or yes, kids grow. Yes, absolutely. They grow quite a bit. So could this be the reason? Chris had to be at work because maybe he wasn't allowed to be around Sebastian at the time because there was perhaps an investigation going on. Remember, this was not the first rodeo, shall we say. Um, and, you know, Chris acts like you know, the CPS officer was outside. I'm sorry I have to do this, Chris. And it kind of felt like, Chris said that basically the CPS officer took um, Sebastian outside and said, you know, you can't be making these things up, which I cannot imagine that happening. Just can't imagine that. And then we have Sebastian telling Seth that he didn't want to go home. He must really manipulated. Yeah, I agree. Everyone's metabolism is different. Absolutely, absolutely. And when you're growing, young man, growing, you're in that stage of life. Usually, you grow tall really quickly, and you kind of slim out at that age. Look, Katie said herself that the ADHD medication that Sebastian was on decreased his appetite, just like I told everybody. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Um, all right. So let's talk about this. And concerning is spelled, I think concerning is spelled wrong. Um, yeah, concerning. No, it's not. It's with a C. I was right. Autistic. Thank you. Autistic children tend to be very specific on certain foods they will eat. An appetite can cause you weight loss. Often acts as an appetite suppressant. Yes, the medicine will suppress your appetite, but they say that he still she's like, well, he ate a colossal popcorn. That kid can eat and eat and eat. Remember that? The kid can eat and eat and eat. So I don't know. But the medication will generally make you you know, lose weight and affect your appetite.
Something that I believe we're privy to. Something that I believe we're privy to. Something that I believe we're privy to.
Wow. 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 Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
even a fly, and he's like,
And okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
even a fly,
Golden
and he's
boy.
like,
That's Chris's um face whenever she's saying that. His face cracks me up when he says that. So let's think about this for a moment. It's concerning that a mother of a missing child doesn't search or do anything productive for her missing child. That's concerning. It should be concerning to everyone. Why are you not doing anything effective or at all for Sebastian? And here's the other thing. If they are not involved, then to me, it's an even greater concern because it means, do they care? Do they care? Do they care for Sebastian? Because most of us are, would want to be on like the world stage, screaming at the top of our lungs. Either way, why are they not doing anything? Why are they not doing anything at all? I wish I knew. Okay. So this is what someone was speaking about earlier. This is one of the things that uh, supposedly the PI said. And she says, I can tell you that I found for a fact that Chris Proudfoot was accounted for in Memphis on Sunday evening and was on the job site at 5:15 a.m. on the morning that Sebastian was reported missing. Now, if that is true, that is true. Nothing we can, can change that. Nothing. Now, my question is, what is how is that? Did you see him on camera? Mhm. Yes. But was he on camera? Who did you talk to? Who did you talk to? Because if you talk to someone, I'm not necessarily asking someone's source, but it would be nice to know, if that is a fact like they are stating, what led you to that fact? Because a fact is something you need to explain in greater detail, right? If it is alleged, that is something different, right? If one of Chris's friends, perhaps on the job site or that he works with, talk to the PI or whatever, that's one thing. Define Sunday evening. That does not say through the night. That is true. That is true. My friend who are crane related in construction in Memphis are allowing code enforcement exemptions on Sundays in construction work. I wonder and confused now. I have no idea. That's okay, Miss Kirby. That's okay, my dear. They called cops at 6-ish in the morning, and he was at the crane. He says he was at the crane. Yeah. It's curious that CPS visits they didn't watch Sebastian more closely, because I have studied parents will have CPs come in. Yes, that's exactly right. See if it's a curious pattern. Jessica, thank you, my love. Food seems to be a common form of punishment for abused children. Yes, it does. Just watched a video on a case where a mom unalived her daughter. Mom had texted someone the child was stealing food. Listen, the child was hungry, apparently, right? Kids don't steal food, they eat when they're hungry. So sad. So sad. I was tonight, this evening, I'll be live and we're going to talk about a case that has a lot of similarities in, Sebastian's. The mother was in the military. There was again food issues, right, in the home, and in this case that we're going to be talking about this evening, the mother withheld food from the daughter. She was found in the woods, and she was, from what I understand, she was just very malnourished up until the time she had passed. But the mother says she heard someone she's heard someone in the house. She looks around everywhere in the house, but she doesn't look in her child's room, which makes zero sense to me because that's the first place you should look. It's the first you should protect. So there's that. I believe in my heart that they kept food. Perhaps only a very sick person would put. Listen, I would feed my worst enemy. 1000%. You don't let anyone ever go hungry. That is the most cruel thing you can do. Let your kids, if they say they're hungry, feed them. Right? Feed them. So yeah. Thank you for that, Jessica. I appreciate you, my dear. It's very, very sweet of you.
Snacks, because he's 15 and snacks.
Oh,
snacks because
because you know he likes.
snacks because
Mm,
he's 15 and snacks.
yeah, he doesn't like a good snack. I like ice cream. I really like ice cream. If all you're eating is snacks, of course that you will still be hungry. Yeah, yeah. You need you need a you know a good meal, right? Eat several good meals a day, at least 2 good meals a day, right? But kids, they're growing, so they need to eat more often than us with, you no metabolism, but I digress. Now I want snacks too, especially children, feed them, never weaponize food. Yeah, you're creating a really first of all, you're creating a really unhealthy relationship with food, right? And you're creating just really destructive patterns, right? So this was Chris talking to Seth the other day. I don't know. I think Chris does he Chris right there is in the position of power, right? The way he's standing and Chris is backed up with the door there, which I think that's probably what Chris or Chris likes, yeah. When she made it a point, fun fact, great point, made breakfast, almost like she wanted to say, "See, I feed my kid." That's an interesting point. I'll look here shortly. That's an interesting point because she's like, "Fun fact, I made breakfast." And let me tell you something. The internet is strange because I didn't say, like, I didn't write fun fact or anything in my phone that I'm aware of, but I got an advertisement for a shirt the other day and it said fun fact. And I was like, what? I sent it to ICU. I was like, what's going on here? But yeah, that's a great point, September. Thank you so very much.
Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to.
Wow. 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 Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
even a fly, and he's like, oh!
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
even a fly, and he's like, oh!
Watch Chris's eyes. Chris's eyes. He's like, it's like crazy. Okay. What was the location that Kathy was seen that morning along the side of New Hope Road? Anyone know where? I think it was on the corner, right, of New Hope. Fun day with lots of snacks. Wonderful. Uh-huh. Okay. There are 2 pics from the ring novelle, one with no one there and the other with my husband. You can show these. Okay. Thank you, Heidi. Heidi just sent me these. Yeah, this is at nighttime and her neighborhood is fairly lit up, right? One is and then her, one second, let me pop this up. The other one is, this is with her husband's back to the door. Do you see her husband? See how close he is? See, he's really close. And I don't think that they would be that close. You know, Sebastian wouldn't have been obviously that close unless it was their own doorbell. Black shirt and tan pants. Oh, and that's interesting. Black shirt, tan pants. That's interesting as well. Yes. Thank you, Amy, so much for gifting one membership. If you receive that membership, please thank our sweet, beloved mod, Amy. Thank you so much, my love. Let us know who the new member is. Welcome. You're now a Pearl. Justin, I need you to call me after this live. I need your opinion about something, and only you can give me the opinion. I need to know what I need to know. Okay. I will do that. But I don't believe anything defending Chris Bradford. It's St. Jude. They don't want to lose big contract due to bad publicity about being yeah. Like Katie did not want the responsibility anyone of raising Sebastian, but also she did not want Seth raising him. So, you know, there is. Did you happen to get my email? Starts up meme. I did. I don't think I remember seeing that, but I've got like 6,027 billion emails right now. Robbins. Hey, Curvy, your email, it didn't, like, I got your email, but there was nothing really in it at the time. So I don't know what that's about. Yeah, we have no street lights in the neighborhood. Oh, okay. I guess those are just neighbors' lights, maybe. Neighbors' lights. Do you know what time of night this was? Yeah. Just curious. That's a black, right? Of dark shirt, black, and tan pants, and he's standing right in front of it, and there's a light there. So, Reggie, thank you so much for becoming a member, my dear. Appreciate you. Welcome to the family. You're now a Pearl. Thank you so much, my dear.
Snacks, because, you know, he's 15 and snacks. Snacks, because, you know, he's 15 and snacks. Snacks.
The moon is out also.
He's 15 and snacks.
Oh. All right, 9:15 p.m. Okay. There we go. I feel something is not right. I don't know. Something is not right. But this is the thing. Maybe I'll try now. It's okay. The thing that I don't understand, like, I really think that Chris would throw her under the bus. But, ooh, this is interesting. But, sorry. Maybe he wouldn't. Right? Thank you again, Reiki, so much. Appreciate you, my dear. Who got the membership, the last membership? We need to welcome them as well. It bugged me yesterday. I listened to Chris state that he is helpless. I want to know how he is helpless, what prevents his functions. Yes. So This comes from Robin Rogers. Tracy Glover, your mouth. He was asked if he knew anything about the abuse that Chris was putting Sebastian through. And remember, this is alleged by Mrs. Rogers. I suppose this is actually the correct Mrs. Rogers. This is all alleged. He has tried multiple times to get Sebastian, but Katie manipulates people. If you can't say something constructed, shut your mouth. I'm tired of all the negativity and monk raking. It was not constructive, and it does not help to bring Sebastian home. We are all very tired, and our tempers and our nerves are all very short. If people cannot say things that add to finding Sebastian, they should keep it to themselves. I will not tolerate you trying to make Seth look like a bad guy, because he has been nothing but an excellent father to his son. So I don't know who I don't know who, but I don't care how dark my night vision is clear as day. Everything from my door up the block. I guess it probably depends on what kind of camera you had too, right? Of course, YouTube Grandma. If you look at what happened, they don't see Seth as anything other than Yep. All right. So last night, Seth was on Court TV. Sorry, wrong one. Sorry. Okay. And let's watch that and let's discuss this, please, and thank you. Oops, where's it at? Okay, here we go. Greta Goes to Court TV. Love Mr. Vinny. Good guy. All right, here we go.
Got to keep him here, Gray, for just a little while longer. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you again. So February 26th is when Madeline was reported missing. That same day, February 26th, another child was reported missing. Sebastian Rogers out of Tennessee. You've seen all the developments in the Madeline Soto case. They're not great developments, but there are developments. But as we sit here tonight, the search for Sebastian Rogers continues. He has not been found. His dad will join us live next. That Madeline Soto went missing. February 26th, Sebastian Rogers was reported missing. He's a 15-year-old. Take a look at his picture, please, folks. That's the important part here.
Look at his little
with
smile.
autism.
Look at his little smile. God bless him. Why can't he be found? Why can't he be found?
Last seen at home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. That's near Nashville. His mother, Katie Proudfoot, discovered he was missing from his room. Around 6 o'clock in the morning is when she says he went missing. There's like no evidence of anything here. So please take a look at the picture. Go on your social media and find a picture of him and share it, because we've got to share this everywhere. Important note also, April 26th at 7:30 will be Light the Path for Sebastian. Memorial Park in Hendersonville. It's on Main Street. The bridge will be lit up in Sebastian's favorite color, which is green. And joining us right now, special guest, Sebastian's dad, Seth Rogers, is back with us. Seth, thanks for coming on tonight. Let's start with what we're looking at here. Light the Path. Give us a little more information about it. What it's about, and I want to know why green was or is Sebastian's favorite color.
He just likes green. It's been his favorite color for as long as, one of the first things.
I mean, do you have to have a, it's like, why do you like the color red?
Conversations is like, what's your favorite color? And he chose green.
Wrong.
And has stuck with it. So for the last, 12 years, it's always been green with him. So hopefully we can light the path in green, and they wouldn't let me get a Batman signal. So we'll just go ahead and use glow sticks and light bags, and it'll be 2 months.
2 months. That's 2 months is too long. I mean, two hours is too long to have a child missing. Another announcement that I saw you made is that you are now working with Chris and Katie. Chris, his stepfather, and Katie.
Do y'all think Chris and Katie will allow Seth's people to go in there with dogs? What do y'all think? I don't think they will. And again, why would Seth need approval for anything other than going on Katie's property? Yeah. I don't think he will. I don't think they will. Nope.
His mom. So,
and also, is Nancy Grace going to do another? Is she going to do another program on Seth?
All of you are now putting aside your differences and working together?
Chris approached me at the vigil last weekend and asked if, we could drop our egos and work together to find Sebastian. And I told him as long as he's willing to help, I'll take any of the help I can get. My ego is not enough to stop me from accepting help to try to find my son.
And how is...
Yeah, it was inconclusive. Can he do another test? He seems more together now, right? I don't think he's taken the medicines that he was before. He doesn't seem as, I don't want to say the word tired, but he doesn't seem, there for a few days he was, I guess when he first started taking the medicine, he was on quite a bit of like muscle relaxers and stuff.
How is that developed? Is the help there from Chris and Katie?
Oh. And Chris. You said that after you took the lie detector test from TBI, that you will do it for Nancy Grace. So when is that coming about? You said you passed the TBI one. TBI is not going to tell us anything, but Nancy Grace, she'll tell us.
Something that I believe we're privy to. Something that I believe we're privy to. Something that I believe we're privy to.
Wow. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
even a fly, and he's like, oh!
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
even a fly, and he's like, oh!
Everyone said Chris passed and TBI test. I don't believe that for a damn second. There's no evidence that, and to be honest with you, whether any of them pass it or fail it, to me, I don't really believe in, I don't really have the faith in the lie detector test, but still, you told her you would. So you said when and where.
I've been sending Chris and Katie emails for things that I already have in the works. I'm currently waiting on Chris to approve what I've sent to him. If he doesn't approve it, then, you know.
What type of things are we talking about?
I've got a canine handler that is.
They had like a 50-50 custody. There was no like child support involved. They worked it out on their own one. So that's
Extremely overqualified, has several different background clearances, classifications. Their dogs are everything from cadaver to narcotics to live tracking, bomb sniffing. The dogs are exquisitely trained. I've got them to come in to see if we can actually find anything that maybe Sumner County Sheriff's Office wasn't able to get. I've got a couple different organizations that are search and rescue qualified that are 501c out of Texas. I've actually spoken to an individual who wants to be our spokesperson for all three of us, so that way.
Oh God, please don't do that. Please. God in heaven, please. This is the first time I've seen this interview. Please don't do that. Oh my, is his name Tim? Just asking. Just asking. Oh my God. No. I just cringed. Yeah. Yeah. Media manager. My ass, right? That's crazy. Ugh. That's not good. Sounds like PR stuff. Yeah. I don't care who it is. I mean, it just weird. It's just weird.
There's no quote unquote mudslinging or anything like that that will speak for us as a unified front.
I think that's a great development. I think that's
all this stuff that I've been working on, and I've sent it to him. I'm just waiting on him to get back with me and be on the same plan with me to find Sebastian.
Now, I also saw Katie spoke on a program over the weekend, and one thing.
Again, why would Chris need to approve anything? Sebastian is not Chris' child. Only approval would come from the property, and I think that's what it is. Kayla, that's what I think it is. I think he's asked to go in there with these very specialized dogs. Again, why would that be a problem if it could help find Sebastian? Exactly. Why would Chris say no if that could potentially find Sebastian? Now, it's probably you're not going to get any answer, to be quite frank with you. But again, maybe these dogs will find something that smells something that the other dogs missed. You know, it's worth a shot. In my opinion.
Thing that stuck out to me, she said she's getting daily updates from law enforcement. Are you getting daily updates from law enforcement?
No, sir.
And is there a reason? Are they
awkward?
Not communicate? They don't want to communicate with you, or is there?
They are communicating with my private investigators.
Mm-hmm.
That way there is no longer me having to take time out of my day while I'm sitting there searching, trying to gather resources and planning on the next action to take.
Yeah, well, Chris and Katie said that law enforcement is speaking to them with daily updates, but Chris also said he would take a lie detector test. Chris also said that they were cleared. So, who knows if that's even true.
Private investigators are speaking with them.
And how many?
But I will say that I don't know if they're giving them updates, but Chris and Katie stay out of this, the interviews more, so they may tell them, but they're not going to give them any update on the investigation. They will not do that. They're not going to give them. So what are they going to actually tell Chris and Katie? Yes, we're still searching.
PIs do you have on the case?
Currently, I have 2.
And I'm hearing you talk about private investigators, search teams, canines trained. Is this something that
Thank you
is going to have to be financed some way?
I'm using the GoFundMe. I've been using everything that's coming in so that I can finance what I can.
And at this point, because it's been 2 months, do you feel like the support is still out there from the public? Or is it dying down at all? Because we don't want it to die down.
Sebastian's army is strong. People want my son found. And every day I wake up, God has made sure that I have woken up.
Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, even a fly, and he's like, oh!
Okay.
I mean, even a fly, and he's like, oh!
Sorry, I was muted. I was saying, Christy, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much for the support. You're now a Pearl. Welcome to the family, my friend. Thank you. I was muted. Yeah, his face. Katie.
No. My goal is to find my son, and he knows it.
Seth, appreciate you coming on tonight. I know you're extremely busy, but I wanted to make sure everyone knew about Light the Path for Sebastian on the 26th. It's going to be a big crowd. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and our thoughts are with you.
I am currently working on another vigil as well. I should know soon if I'll be able to have it.
Thanks so much, Seth.
Always late. Are you talking about, in what interview are you talking about? Isn't pervy. He says pervy instead of privy. Chris knows it, so yeah. I don't know, y'all. It's one thing after another in this case, and it feels like, are we ever going to see the light of day to this? Are we ever going to see justice? Is Sebastian ever going to be found? We're at 2 months. And just like in the Summer Wells case, I think the FBI will eventually figure out who Katie gave Sebastian to. Well, as of now, there is nothing. Not a piece of fabric on the ground of his clothes, not a footprint, not a shoe print, not a video clip, nothing, not a scent, nothing, absolutely nothing. WSU mom Kim, I am not a gamer, but can't someone get into his game set and look for him discreetly? I mean, I don't know what you mean by, like, can law enforcement? Is that what you mean by that? I pray they're watching videos to where they searched. Well, this was their first interview, and the first interviews and the first things that police say when they're not as, specifically police, they're not as guarded if they think it's just a runaway, are very important. Police already have, game systems, laptops, all of that. Dana K, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate it. Just saw the message. I got one. Woohoo! Thank you, Dana. Thank you to whoever gifted Dana one. I appreciate that. I know it, Justin, but behind the scenes, I think law enforcement think she gave him to someone also. I don't see her giving him to someone. I just don't see that. I just don't see. I think I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but maybe that's what you're saying that they think. Yeah, TBI is never going to say nothing about nothing. It's not how TBI operates. I will open the phone lines if anybody wants to call in. You're welcome to call in. This is the first interview. This is the full interview. Most people only play like parts of it.
We're on a constant roller coaster ride of helpless and hopeless and many other emotions all in one, and it's a never-ending roller coaster.
Does anyone think there is any truth to Melissa's comment about Sebastian climbing into someone's car and falling asleep? Couldn't actually be in Alaska, ? Like she dropped an obvious hint and no one caught it. I just don't see him in Alaska. I just don't believe it was. I just don't believe it's Alaska. It's really hard to get a human being, halfway, almost, you're closer when you're in Alaska, you're closer to Vladimir Putin than you are the continental United States, right? So, I mean, Alaska's humongous. How does law enforcement determine what to post for Sebastian last wearing for clothes. Katie versus last proof of life at Steakhouse. That's a great question, Brenda. Um, they're going to most likely go with what the parents say that he was wearing. They're going to take that as factual until they can prove otherwise. So they're going to take what Katie says he was last wearing as a fact until or if it is somehow evidence come up that he was wearing something differently. Thank you, Beth. Katie doesn't want him, but doesn't want anyone to have him either. Dana, that's, in filicide, which is when generally speaking, a parent unalives a child because they want to hurt their spouse, their ex, for some reason. If I can't have my child, you can't, for instance, or I dislike my spouse, my ex-spouse so much, they will do anything to hurt them. I'm not saying at all this is what happened here. I'm just saying that based upon, your comment. As a tribal native with remote land in the village, Paper City, flying out is an airway tax. 1 second, please. I got a caller. Thank you for calling, caller. Speaking. How are you, dear?
How are you?
Good. How are you too, Grandma?
I'm good. I just want to tell you that, for number one, you're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And your chat's amazing.
Thank you.
This case is really bothering me. I have 4 autistic children.
Uh-huh.
And there's no way, Justin, that any of them would go barefooted.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying, sorry, Seth says the same thing.
Yeah, because I've even asked my children, because that's, they're autistic and they know, you know what I'm saying? I know, but they know. And they all said, absolutely not. What gets me is, I don't know what medication this little boy was, but is it like dangerous that he's not on it?
No, it's not life. There's nothing life threatening that he takes and again, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but
Yeah.
from what I gather, it's nothing that's going to, it's not life threatening per se. I mean, he may act differently, right? But
Yeah.
it's not going to.
Okay, I thought it was like me being without my diabetes medicine or me being without my blood. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know if it was that situation. And another thing is, Justin, I tried to go to bed.
Oh, you're breaking up, dear.
Huh?
You're breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. We're good now.
No, I laid down to go to sleep in Christ, and just all I can think about is where this little boy could be.
Yeah. This has kept a lot of us up at night. Thousands.
Is he hungry?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine, hon. Yeah, it's
all right, I just want to tell
it's a
you that you
lot.
guys are all a blessing,
It's a
and please don't make this a cold case. We can't. We gotta fight for him.
yeah. He's got to be found.
And all we do, I'm gonna decorate my yard in purple and green for Saturday.
Yeah,
All right, Justin. I just wanted to ask, that's bad of me to lay there and think of where this child could be.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, I wish I wasn't so far. Walker and everything, I'd be searching for this little boy.
yeah. I know,
You
honey.
know.
I know. Well, thank you for being here, and just keep praying, okay?
And I like to ask you if I could share the live. I do it with T-Rev too,
Of
because
course.
it's just respect out of for you.
Oh, absolutely.
I have a lot of respect. I've been following you way before Molly.
Right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for following me.
Yeah,
I
but
appreciate you.
just imagine, just know that you're a blessing, keeping these kids' name out there and stuff. You guys, you creators, no matter what, you guys are amazing.
Thank
But
you, sweetheart.
I want to say God bless you guys, and let's pray that this little boy comes home alive.
Amen. God, I pray. I pray.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye
Bye-bye,
now.
honey. Thank you. That was sweet. That was sweet. Yeah, I mean, this case has affected a lot of lives. A lot of lives, right? And there's a lot of feelings, lots of feelings when it comes to this case. Oh, thank you so much, Pandies. Thank you so much, my dear. All right, I'm gonna play this. That was very sweet.
It doesn't stop.
He was breaking up a little bit, but that was.
It won't stop until he walks through the door.
Won't stop until he walks through the door. Well, they're not there. They're not even home, and they're not looking. How can you stop what?
I wouldn't wish this on anyone.
I wouldn't either.
Not anyone.
Yes, princess.
I know we're about keeping hope alive. I'm sure that's in there somewhere.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna
Always.
come home.
He's gonna walk through that door. And this street will be flooded again with family and relatives all waiting to hug him.
Aren't they all on vacation?
Love him, and
That boy's gonna have more friends than he knows what to do with when he comes home.
So here we are, 8 days now searching for him. Walk us through that Sunday night that he went missing. So walk us through, we've got so many people who really want to know, okay, how did this happen? So kind of just walk us through that night.
We were out and about that day. We were having a really good weekend. We got home. Everything was pretty normal. He was playing in his room. When I told him to go to bed.
See here, there's nothing about a sound. He was playing in his room. Just playing in his room. Not heard a thud, not are you okay, Bubba? Yes, ma'am. None of that.
He did.
And why did she laugh right there? What is
Well, he was playing in his room. When I told him to go to bed, he did.
why is that funny? When I told him to go to bed, he did, and she laughs. I don't understand that. Is it nervous laugh?
He said, "Good night, Mom. I love you." Say goodnight to his puppies. little bit later, I wound up going to bed, and when I woke him up for school, he wasn't there.
So in your mind, that's usually around what time? When do you normally wake him up? Around 6 o'clock?
6.
So were you instantly thinking something's wrong, or were you like, he may just be already in the shower, in the living room?
I took a second and walked through the house looking for him in case he'd gotten up and was trying to get breakfast or something, because he did that sometimes. About 3 minutes in, give or take, I was on the phone with my husband. I said, I can't find him. He said, what do you mean you can't find him? I said, he's not in the house.
And so at that point, is that when you call 911, or what's going through your mind?
While we were on the phone, and I was like, is he on the other side of the bed? The normal places he may be.
On the other side of the bed. I don't understand that part either, because the way I believe his bed is, like, it's not like on the side of a wall or anything like that. And why would it be? Where was that question? But someone said, Justin, have you noticed how all of these kids, here we go. Justin, have you noticed that all of these parents saying that it was an amazing day when their child disappeared? Yes. Yep. And it's like everything is amazing the day of or the day before. And it was the perfect day. Everything was great. Everything was good. Had fun. Everything. And then, if it's not a birthday party, it's swimming. If it's not swimming, they're going out to eat and shopping. Just everything is fine until it's not. Weird.
House, he wasn't. So I was like, okay, well, hold on a minute. And immediately after that, we called the sheriff's department and made the report.
I ran all over the house.
Called the sheriff's department. I just realized that he just said calls the sheriff's department and made the report. The report. Okay. The report.
Outside, inside. I looked in every closet.
Within minutes they were here. They responded within minutes, and here we go.
So you said you were on the phone with her, so you were not home.
No, ma'am. Okay. I was at work. I'm a tower crane operator.
A report is something if you're missing a ring, right? Your neighbors are up loud. I mean, they make a report on everything, but just an
operator
weird
that was working in Memphis at the St. Jude project. So it's, I have an earpiece in that talks to my phone. I have another earpiece in that does the radios. So when she was talking to me, I was like, what? I was confused. We talked about where he could possibly be. And then we went from there and led to calling the cops. And here we are now.
And within minutes, they're there at the home.
Yes, ma'am.
It was rapid fire.
Yeah, that's true. A missing person's report. You're right.
They had cars from here down to the
main road,
as far as I could tell.
So what's going through both of your minds? I mean, are we panicking? Is it this, I think he's probably at a neighbor's house, or what are you thinking?
My son doesn't run. He's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why. I don't know why he walked out that door.
I mean, he's a good kid. He's not.
It's a weird thing.
He's not a mischievous child by any means. But there's answers to questions that have no answers, or questions with no answers right now that we are searching for desperately. And we just don't have that.
Is there anything that happened that day that you think back and there might have been a reason he was possibly upset or something outside that could have enticed him to go outside? Was there anything that came to mind?
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and
Weeks
I
before.
hadn't been able to figure it out. He's that morning he was laughing, he was joking. Everyone we were around that day agreed that he seemed like he was in a good mood. He was behaving.
One second.
It'd make more sense if we'd been fighting.
Or you'd been in trouble, but he hasn't been in trouble. So,
1 second, caller.
hey,
Thank you for calling, caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
How are you?
I just had a couple of.
Hey, can you turn off the background?
Better. I don't have anything on in the background.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Okay. Now I think we're good.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I still hear a background.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on my phone. Something just dinged. Okay. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. No. I still hear a background feed when I talk. It's like when I talk, it's echoing or something. All right. Go ahead. It's fine. It's fine. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Okay. My questions were that she says her son was not a runner, and I thought I heard in the multiple things that I watched over the time that it was known that he had been found up under neighbors' cars and ran to the high school, and different things. So I can understand if she's saying, he hasn't ever run away before. But that to me would indicate that, he possibly had ran somewhere, and that something could have happened during that.
Now, that was at their old house, wasn't it? Whenever,
I'm not sure.
yeah, I think it was at their old house and the neighbor said that he had ran to was it his old school and went underneath a car. That's what the neighbor alleges. And I believe that was supposed to be several years ago. A few years ago, anyways.
I thought the incident of hiding under the neighbor's car was in their new neighborhood where they live now, because when they were saying that during the police chatter, they were talking about it. That a neighbor said they had found him under the car before, under his son's car before.
Yeah.
So I assumed that it was there.
Okay, that was on the dispatch call. That was okay. So maybe it was.
Yeah,
maybe it was on the. Maybe it was the new house then. Okay. Okay.
I was just confused. If he doesn't run, but yet he had run.
Yeah, and why was he running?
Why?
Was he running from something in the house? Why do
Exactly.
Kids usually run for two different reasons. They run because they like to. It's like a game to them, right? They think it's funny that they're hiding, and you're looking for them, or they run because they're running from something.
Exactly.
And
They're upset.
yeah, which one is it with with Sebastian if he did that before? And I would probably state the latter.
Yes, exactly. And two, the fact that he had been through trauma when he was younger. It's hard to know what to do with a child that has to do something like that when you do go to punishment for anything, because you've got to be very careful, how you punish them, because you don't know why they're acting out.
Yeah.
So those are things that don't go away. They just don't go away ever. I have an adult
things that happen in your childhood for us people who doesn't have autism or isn't on the spectrum can be life, lasting, let alone if you do have autism. I mean, that can really stick with you, for the rest of your life. They have phenomenal
I have a
memory.
40-year-old. Mm-hmm. Exactly. I have a 40-year-old adult child, and several years ago, I went through another trauma. I lost them. And as a parent, it was his stepfather, the only father he ever knew, because he lost his biological father when he was very young. And when that happened, things just started to just roll into this big multi-mental problem, and it can cause all sorts of things to start popping up again.
Yeah.
It only takes one trauma as new trauma,
Correct.
whether you be a child or an adult, and then things just start to snowball in your mind, and it brings up all sorts of other traumas that are not even related.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I won't keep you, but when I heard that again, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
okay, I won't keep you, but Jay, enjoy your show.
Thank you, my dear. I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Yes. Have a good day.
You too, sweetheart. Bye-bye. Sorry, it was a little hard to hear her on that one. It was kind of feeding back a little bit. Seth wants the TBI to step out and the feds to take over. The feds are only assisting now, and that doesn't change. There was a petition, but I'll be honest with you guys, petitions rarely ever do anything. Rarely. It usually doesn't change anything. Denise, happy day. That's, oops. Thank you for calling, caller.
Justin?
Hello.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Okay. This is Carol in Texas. I did hear Chris Peterfoot, whatever you want to call him. Anyway, I did hear him say, I believe it was on Smiley's show, that Sebastian did get punished for his room being messy.
Yes.
That Chris had even picked up all his toys, his Legos, everything in a trash bag and took it to the garbage.
Yep. I wonder if that, did something similar to that happen that day. Chris may or may not have been there. He says he wasn't. But, even if he wasn't,
he showed up later.
He could have.
Well, his mother was there. His mother was there on the spot. So,
yep.
They all know what happened. And I think something did happen. And for Seth, I hate to think it, but after 2 months, I believe he's gone unless they hid him so good no one can find him. But with all their connections, construction, housing, Alaska, all those places, he could be very well hidden, but I don't see him doing that because how would they explain his coming back? They'd be in trouble. I think something happened. It was probably an accident, but the way she acts on the interviews, she's so nervous and, scripted, and I just think something happened between she and Sebastian. Maybe it was too much for him that day. If they did all that stuff. I'm not sure they did all that stuff.
Yeah.
They went to eat, but the rest of it I don't know about. So
yeah, the more I see this, the more I'm kind of getting more suspicious of Katie. If Chris was really there, in Memphis, but I still think, in my opinion, if they are involved, he helped.
Yeah. He did.
He was the fixer, so to say.
Yeah. He did. They're just covering it because he wants that daughter. Not that he loves her, but he just wants control of her.
Yeah.
So they're two sick people, especially Chris. But they deserve each other.
Mm.
But I think something happened, whether it was not, intentionally or accident, and they had to do something about it. And poor Seth is out there killing himself, and it's too late, I think. But I was listening to Peter Hyatt the other night when he had Seth on, and boy, that was spot on. I think
That's an
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
Love
He's
Peter Hyatt.
good. Wow.
He's amazing. Peter is, and he's one of the few left on YouTube that will say what he thinks, and he it's just his opinion based upon his training. A lot of them, they've sold out. They've just really sold out, and they won't even give an opinion, or they'll be like, oh no. So.
Yeah. Parade to or whatever reason. But
Mhm.
yeah, I like to listen to him. He's very good. But and Seth said that night that Peter was the only one that he would really listen to as far as what's going on with her. But I wish he did kind of know her, then we could get a better inclination of what she's really like, aside from what we know.
Yeah.
Which is not much. But, well, I'm sure you've got other calls, Justin. Didn't you had found that out since you asked for it or not? So
Yeah.
I thought I'd call and let you know.
Well, thank you so much for calling, my dear. You call back anytime.
Okay, you have a blessed week.
You too, my dear. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Call from Renee.
Thank you for calling.
Hey, Jeff. How are you?
Hey, love.
Thank you
Good.
for everything you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Listen, this has been burning me up inside just like everybody else. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I'm one to just need to observe and take things in. The bottom line, full stop, and I'm finished talking, full stop, okay?
Okay.
I'm a mom, and I used to work with special needs kids, okay?
Right.
You do not, okay, leave your home. The only home your child knows, okay?
Yeah.
The only bedroom that child knows with his things or her things, that first of all, if my child is missing, I'm sleeping in that. Nobody could drag me away from that bedroom.
Preach.
That's my last hold on, that's all I've got, okay?
Yeah.
Like, you're not pulling me away, okay? I don't care if you're threatening me. I don't care if the cops want to put me in jail. You would have to put me in jail and in handcuffs to get me away.
Yep.
That's just period. End of discussion.
Yeah.
Now you put a special needs kid on top of that. You're talking medications that mom has access to. You're talking all kinds of things here that mother knows.
Yes.
What happened? She's not concerned at all whatsoever with him returning. Period. Sebastian is being disrespected every day that this continues to happen. And Seth is now, in my opinion, of course, everyone, being drug along with his son. And it's a disgrace.
Yeah.
It's shameful, and it's a mockery to this young boy and everyone who cares and is putting in the effort to try to find him. This woman should be arrested.
Especially
Those
what has
police should have
happened
done
to him
better.
already. You know what I mean? To Sebastian already in California, allegedly. So.
I mean, right. I mean, and I'm not even considering those things, but yeah, it doesn't take much to add one and one and get two.
Yeah.
And there's two of them sitting right on your screen, and I'm looking right at them, and they're guilty as hell. They know exactly what's going on. What angers me now is that I believe that the police maybe should have done a more proper investigation.
in the beginning.
And I would like to know one thing, which I'm hoping you can clarify. The dogs that the police department initially, in the beginning, brought in, were they only cadaver dogs?
They were tracking dogs.
They were tracking. Okay, thank you for that. I never did find that
Yeah,
out. Okay.
they were tracking dogs.
It's just, yep. I appreciate you and all of the other channels that are legitimate, that are really truly, in it for the right stuff.
Thank you.
And I just thank you for giving me a chance to just let that out, because it has been inside of me since the get, and you could tell because I'm obviously very passionate about it.
I know. I mean, this is, these kids have to be somebody's got to stand up for them. Somebody has to, right? I don't know. Like Sebastian's around. You're right. He's around there somewhere.
He is. Oh, yeah.
And he needs to be found. He deserves to be found. And my heart breaks, absolutely breaks for Seth, because this is his only son. Have I agreed with everything? No, but he's the only one out there advocating for his son.
Yeah, and I think he's reaching at any straw that he could and can.
Yep.
And you cannot blame him for that. But unfortunately, it has turned into a blank show.
Yep.
A circus.
Yep.
And now it's really difficult to pull what's real and what isn't real. And I think Seth, that's what I mean, is now caught up in it all. He's getting it's just like I said, it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's enough. Like people really need to just enough is enough. Like really stop doing this crazy, and the mom might not know. Get out of here.
Right.
No. And guess what? Poor Madeline's mom, she knew too. Okay. She probably told herself every day that she was crazy for thinking the things that she was thinking, but she knew deep down in her heart, okay? Because every mother knows something is wrong, and that's deeply wrong.
It's an internal
instinct. I don't buy any of it, not a minute of it.
I don't either. A kid just does not poof out of existence, right? I mean, we live in a physical world, and there's physical things if we move, right? There's things that account for us always. If I go outside where my security cameras is, it's going to pick me up. It's going to pick me up. Why? Because I'm a physical being and I'm walking past it.
Yeah.
It's not it's not a ghost.
Yeah, I think that's I think something happened in that house, and I think that yep, I don't know, something about the garage maybe, and that's how he left the house. But I don't. It's heartbreaking to even think about what happened, but it happened, and she knows it. And I'm looking at her right now on this television screen, and it's almost as if she knows that I know what I'm saying. And she's ashamed. They're both. He can't even hide without a hat on.
Yeah.
He can't even look at you.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah. I mean, they're.
It just comes down to basics, though, Justin. As a parent, you know this.
Yep.
Your gut feeling.
Yeah.
You say it all the time, and it's true.
People, that we naturally, we're judgmental human beings. All of us are, and we do that. That goes back to our survival skills, right? When we see someone in the first few seconds, we know if we genuinely, are more interested in them or not. Back ever how many years ago, were they good? Were they bad? Were they going to feed us? Right? so it's we have these internal ways about us, and you know when they're feeding you bullshit and if it makes sense or not, and it just doesn't.
Precisely. It's enough of the gaslighting and all the other crap. It's stop patronizing the intelligence of people, in other words.
Yeah. Oh, they're innocent until proven guilty. Absolutely, they are innocent until proven guilty. You know, that's up for a court. What I'm saying is the story, in my opinion, does not make sense. And you know, I've never seen anybody float out of a house and past anyone and everyone in more than one way, without a shoe print, without a footprint, without a camera, without uh, a scent, without anything, without anyone hearing him, without a neighbor that couldn't sleep one night that was looking out their window. Nothing.
Exactly. And even if he had gotten far enough to daybreak in his bare feet, because that's what we all do.
Yep.
Okay, even just regular people, we all do that. That's fun. It feels great. But okay, let's say it's daybreak. The normal, average human being isn't evil.
Yes.
You know that he would have been seen or helped even.
Yes.
Like somebody, hey, what's your phone number? You know, why are you here? Where do you live? I mean,
yes.
You know, he just, like you said, disappeared. It doesn't happen.
Yeah. And
anyway,
you know, if it was
I don't want to closet the alone.
Oh, you're fine. If there was an electronic that he was absolutely talking to someone else, right? They would have found that by now. This would have came in. I mean, it's
he left the house incognito in some capacity.
Yep.
And the mom, I mean, I don't know where the cops are. I don't know what is going on, but I just really need to reach through to that lady and just be like, shake her a little bit and be like, yo,
right.
Just, okay, we all know. Where is he? Just where is he?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, terrible. I just, I don't know. I pray for, the peace of the people that are, really truly endeared to him, and the graciousness that of time, that they will come to terms with whatever is going to be at the outcome of this, and there will be an outcome.
There will be of
there
some
will
sort. Yeah. I
and
agree.
thank you for keeping him here, because he's here. We just have to find him.
He is. Thank you so much
anyway,
for calling.
God bless you.
God bless
My
you.
eyes are peeled every time. Love you, darling.
Thank you, dear. Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was a good call. Very good call. He's out there. He is out there. Oh. Yes, guys, if y'all please hit that thumb. We'll stay in the album. See here. Thank you for calling. Oh, hold on one second. Hello, dear. How are you doing?
Hey, good. I just wanted to say, I know that there's always, first of all and foremost, you do an exceptional job.
Oh, thank you.
And I appreciate what you do for all the children, because if my child was missing, I promise you, I would be loud and proud talking about, hey, everybody talk about it. Justin talk about it. Anybody. But my point, I don't want to keep you long, is my husband does this kind of job that little Mr. Chris does. And he's actually on the opposite side of it, where he's a field service manager, and their techs actually go out and test the ground and stuff to make sure that it's the right whatever subgrade, all this junk. I don't know stuff that I don't know. But I asked them the other day, I said, I know that y'all do a lot of 3 a.m. concrete pours. I said, is it normal for y'all to do that? Because he's also in dispatch. I said, is it normal for y'all to do that on Sundays? And he said, no. He said, we can work on Sundays. He said, but it has to be between a certain time frame. He said, we can't do 3 a.m. concrete pours. He said, and honestly, the most that we do are pick up cylinders. So I honestly think that 3-hour talk on the phone was his 3-hour tour home. And
I think it was a 3-hour tour, or it was a 3-hour plan.
3-hour plan and tour home, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, I just feel like, my ex-husband, but anyways, he used to drive a truck, and I can tell you right now, I did not talk to that man. Even when I liked him, I didn't talk to him for 3 hours on the phone when he was at work. I just don't see that that's normal unless something is going on. And I believe that he got the whole, I don't need to be, and I know that you have said this before, but the whole I don't need a polygraph because they vetted where I was. Okay, we haven't heard that from anybody except for on Seth,
Right.
Because of where Seth works. So I just think that there's more to them two, and I pray nightly that baby is found, because I have a 12-year-old and a 17 still at home out of 6. And I can tell you right now, I check on them.
Yep.
Every night before I go to bed, hey, get ready for bed. I go out there about midnight, make sure they're asleep.
Yep.
Whatever. Make sure they're not sneaking around getting snacked.
Yeah.
But and when I hear a thud, because we have friends that stay the night, when I hear a thud, you know what? You bet my bottom dollar that my butt is up and out that bed trying to find out what that thud was.
Absolutely. That's a normal thing.
And I don't have special needs children, so I think that it would be extra on a special needs child.
Absolutely.
So I just feel, I just wanted to give you my input on, and of course I'm in Texas, so, rules may be different, permits may be different, but I think a lot of it kind of goes across the board as far as Sundays go.
Yeah.
Because Sundays are, church days, family days,
yep,
etc. But, I just happened to ask my husband the other day, because he did dispatch for 14 years, and then now he's over dispatch. And so it's like, I just wanted to find out. And he's like, it is very rare, he said, and it cannot be a 3 a.m. concrete pour. And I'm like, okay. I was just curious. You know what I mean?
That's
So
interesting to know, for sure.
Yeah, and they do a lot of the, buildings, and anything that has to be built has to have the cement tested, the sand tested, to make sure it's the right grade, to make sure it's strong enough, to make sure it's all that, you know, and that's what they do, that's what their technicians do. So it's like, so if I'm going to ask anybody, I'm going to ask him, I'm like, hey, I get it, we're in a different state, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty clear across the board what Sundays are, and that most people don't do that type of work on Sunday.
Correct.
So, I just, I don't want to keep you long, but I just wanted to give you my input on my side of it, because I just don't believe them.
I don't either.
As sad as I want to believe them, you know, as sad as I really want to, that they don't know anything, I don't believe it.
Yeah, nobody wants
And
to
I know
think
a lot
that
of
someone is involved in something like this, you know, or
yeah.
just concealing, you know, in my opinion, is
And all we can do is pray that justice is served.
amen. Amen.
And you know what?
What?
Seth being a correctional officer, oh God bless Chris's soul if he ever has to go to his facility.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That'd be crazy. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling, my
I have
dear.
a family member no problem. I have a family member who's a correction officer, so I know some of the stuff they do.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a good day, Justin.
Thank you. Thank you, my love.
Bye-bye.
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 It's funny. All right, guys. I'm gonna leave it here. 2 hours and 17 minutes. Take my filter off there. So I will be, thank you, Tracy. I will be back live later this evening. Make sure you are subbed up to my new channel. It's called Hey Sweet Tea Mods. If you will drop the link in both channels, I would greatly appreciate it. I go live there. We talk about anything and everything. Beauty, trending topics, true crime, makeup, skincare, life, everything, all the above. Yes, thank you all for being here. Thank you to my mods. Appreciate you. Members, thank you so much. Those who donated, thank you so much and gifted. Thank you all for being here for Sebastian. Means so much. Keep his name out there. Hit that thumbs up button. It's the only way to keep him in the algorithm. Cannot let this case go quiet. It seems like that they are wanting people to stop searching. They are wanting his name to go quiet. Can't let that happen. Can't let that happen. And I just got a thing that said StreamYard's having trouble with YouTube right now, so I'm probably ending this at the perfect time. So thank you all so much for being here. I'll see you guys later. Make sure you're subscribed. The channel is called Hey Sweet Tea. It's got a little red kettle on it with a face. So that is what it is. I found that Chris parroted what Seth would say in his job. Interesting. Interesting. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for subscribing to my new channel. I go there live fairly often, so we'll see you there in a little bit. And I'll probably be back on here later this evening as well. See you guys later. Bye-bye.